first up, Arundhati, tell us what led you to your passion for jewelry? What made you start it as a career? What happened?
Uh, Very quickly, I mean, I think it happened to me. I think my biggest apprehension 10 odd years ago when I was a graduate was this is in India, this is an industry that is very tightly connected by family, like in a family business sort of sense of the word. So most jewelers today are people who've grown up as now in the third and fourth generation of a jewelry family, and I felt like a huge outsider, and that was perhaps my biggest inhibition. But things are changing, things were changing, and a few opportunities came my way when I got done with my studies. Right from the get-go were to do with jewelry, and I accepted those roles, and I loved it. And it's it's been fairly it's happened on its own, in that sense that I loved something and a few opportunities came my way, and I was lucky enough to grab them at the right time. And now I'm making my career out of it. I have a lot more confidence that a person who's not from a jewelry family, a jewelry background, can in fact find their own unique spot in this industry. At this point of time, it's possible.
So, just to tell our viewers, Arundhati graduated from ESSEC, which is one of the best luxury schools in the world. She has worked with Ajaf, which is a New York-based engagement rings brand, and they make beautiful diamond engagement rings. And then she moved on to Nirav Modi, which, irrespective of everything we have heard, made beautiful, exquisite jewelry again. I still can't believe that the brand is no more, but yes, they did make good jewelry. So I understand the opportunities you're talking about, and how that led to your discovery of what jewelry means, maybe. And I think somewhere, being Indians, jewelry somehow inherent in our bloodline in some way. We
Yeah,
we grow up with it. Literally, we grow
yeah.
up with it in our Indian household.
You said it. It's really in our DNA. Um, it's something. In the fabric of our Indian being, and for all of us, no matter which part of the country we're from, economic strata, education, so on and so forth, jewelry has played some role in our lives, and that's something we need to be very. It's something that we've taken for granted as a country, but it's something we should be proud of, because we indigenously our design aesthetic for jewelry, amongst many other things, is supremely high. Our karigars and the Indian workmanship is something that's still very superior. And what is now everywhere in the world, we talk about handmade. That's primarily how things were always made. Something again we took for granted. So I mean, we have a really rich jewelry history to dig into, and to look into. So yeah.
That's true. So, but even in India, if you see, we have mostly been fixated on uh, gold, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, of course. But I'm increasingly seeing this trend of having other semi-precious stones coming in, like citrines, aquamarines, peridots, tourmalines. Do you see a lot of experimentation happening with these stones currently? Do you see people buying them? What are your thoughts on these different stones?
Personally, I've always loved colored gemstones, including what you just mentioned, whether it's turquoise, amethyst, citrine, peridot. I loved it, and frankly, I've always been exposed to it at home via my mum's personal interest in these gems and jewels. All of us, I think, our earliest memories from many things, from food to jewelry, go back home. And in my case, I did get a lot of natural exposure. And for me, these stones weren't considered upper or lower, they weren't talked about like that. and so for me, I consider them for what they are. I consider them for their own unique beauty, and not to compete with the more of expensive gemstones or more valuable gemstones like diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires. I think colored gemstones serve their. I mean, you don't get these colors with other stones. So unless you don't want to buy a synthetic stone, you must appreciate the beauty of turquoise, amethyst. I mean, these are all nature's gifts, and if we appreciate them for the value that they're at, I think we can see a lot more of people being able to start buying jewelry if they also look at jewelry which is studded with these gemstones, which are not cheap. It's not like they're cheap gemstones. So people need to educate themselves a little bit more about the variety of colors available, the varieties of colored gemstones available, and appreciate them for what they are. They're gorgeous.
I was thinking if you could start showing some of your favorite pieces from your personal collection, and tell us why you love them, what is the story behind them, what is the beauty behind them. We would love to hear it from you.
Okay, I put a few pieces together, and so like I said, a lot of pieces, a lot of jewelry pieces in each of our homes is always maintained by the mother figure, the grandmother figure, and it gets passed down. So I picked a few of jewels my mom has either given to me or I've like taken out from her belongings and made them my own over time. So I'll start with a few of those. Let's look at a few colored gemstone pieces. But like these are earrings which feature actually really lovely lots of colors. We've got tourmaline, citrines, peridot, aquamarines, and amethyst. They're set in rose gold. They're at least, I think now 20 odd years, but really stylish, from Jaipur, from my mom's collection. And it even has a choker. And so, like I said, we've always appreciated colored gemstones in our family, and internationally too. This too is lovely, from Sri Lanka. It's a ring, one I bought for myself a couple of years ago. It's like a grid.
Beautiful.
And
yeah,
it's super stylish. It's neat. It's set in white gold. Sri Lanka is a great gemstone hub, colored gemstone. So it's always, we've gone there a few times as a family, and all of us love going to the local gem and jewelry shops and buying some souvenir in the form of a jewel. So this is from one of my trips there.
And all these both these pieces that you showed, ring and the choker set, they are actually modern. I mean, I can't believe that you found that in Jaipur 20 years ago, because
20 or could even be more. It could be more.
Even be more, because it's a very versatile design. Can be with Indian or a dress or something. It's beautiful.
For sure. I mean, I think today we can all kind of create our own style of how we wear our clothes, how we wear our and pair our jewelry. It goes on all the way how we do our makeup and our hair. So it's a time that we have enough knowledge. We have a lot of exposure to so many different techniques, and how you put yourself together is really an expression of your personal style. And there's these rules of Indian jewelry. Strictly I'll wear them during I don't know, weddings, Diwali. It should not be there. You can wear a really beautiful old family necklace with a little black dress, and it still will look fantastic. So I think right now all of us are lucky that we get exposure to so much content off the internet and learn how to put our style together if we don't have we don't know how to do it inherently. So these rules of Indian jewelry and Western jewelry, I think these kind of terms need to be broken down, and we have to be able to create our own look. It's a global world, so style should be global. And if you own a beautiful piece of Indian jewelry, that need not be restricted to a strictly an Indian attire. We should be able to wear it other times of the year and have fun with the piece.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
I'll show you another piece, which is very Indian. A lot of Indian communities, including Maharashtrians, down south, where all the old ladies wear it, but I'm most certainly not an old lady, and I wear them all the time. So classic diamond kudi, as they say in Maharashtrian, and I got these from my mom. I have few rich memories of my Aji, my mother's mother, because she passed when we were very young, and the strongest memory I have is of her long earlobes with these earrings, and that's how I remember her. Always at home, always giving us ghee roti, wearing these earrings. And that's another role of jewelry, honestly, is wonderful memories and associations, emotional associations we can create with jewels that we own. And yeah, that's that's an incredible thing that we can do with jewelry.
That's so true.
Travel through time, travel through the ages, and something as old or as like traditional like this, I literally wear them like with anything, all the time. Enjoy wearing them each time. It really does go with anything. There's, just it's really simple. I'm showing you the side just to show you that it's we're not reinventing the wheel here. This is a traditional piece of jewelry. We're not changing. We're not trying to modernize it, but we can still use such a traditional jewel in our modern life, in our current context.
Okay. We have a request. Can you please show us the earrings you're wearing? I'm going. Yeah. Okay. There are quite a few people who want to see your earrings clear a while, so that people can see this. Yeah. Please talk a little bit more about it. Yeah.
So I'm wearing my newest jewel, a gift from my husband. They're by one of the great living legends of jewelry, Jar. He's based out of Paris. He's originally American. And I got these on my birthday earlier this month. And they're made in aluminum. And they're feather light. And they're...
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Yeah. We can see.
So, yeah, I think when we're talking about collecting jewelry, and from a perspective of mine as a jewelry advisor, I'm also building my own jewelry collection, a lot of which has come down to me from family, and I'm also always trying to buy, and I've been buying pieces for myself as much as I could afford ever since I started working. And this came our way. It was something that kind of fell into my lap, and it's an exquisite and a very nice addition to my personal jewelry collection. And I always tell people when I meet them that your jewelry collection should be interesting. It should be something that whenever you look at and when you open your jewelry box or your cupboard, you're a little fascinated by what you own and what you have, and there's a little bit of storytelling with everything that you have. And not everything should be strictly about jewelry as an investment. It should like I said, mostly jewelry is about an emotional connect and tells an emotional story. So I like putting together pieces that have a bit of history, a bit of story, and so on in my collection, and that's how I advise people too. So this is gonna, this elevates my own collection so much more, and I feel very lucky that that they're mine. So that's, yeah.